Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. Today is Monday. It is March the 20th. It's National Native HIV/AIDS Awareness Day today. It is National Ravioli Day today. I'm a fan. I've always been a fan.
I'm not.
I know. I'm like, I'll have your raviolis. They're good. World Flower Day, Flour, Flower Day. Spring begins officially today, and it's National Proposal Day today. So, good day to do a proposal.
We need to talk to our daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, and our son. But he's only been on a date with that girl.
No, he's probably not quite
three
ready.
times? That might be a bit early. All right. Hey, I also have a guest because it is, I don't know if you know this, but a Movie Star Monday. My guest today, Emily Swallow. She's been in a bunch of great movies, and she's in The Mandalorian, which is huge. Going to be chatting with Emily Swallow coming up here in just a bit on this Monday, this Movie Star Monday edition of the, I don't know what I'm saying, of the John and Heidi Show.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. 3/4 of people over the age of 70 agree that old age stereotypes no longer apply to today's seniors. I agree with that. Maybe it's because I'm getting older.
As you get closer, that number always raises.
72% said they feel the term years younger. They feel years younger than their actual age. They use that term, years younger. The top tips for staying young, by the way, Heidi, a varied diet, laughing daily, socializing with friends, an active sex life, hanging out with people younger than they are, and keeping up with new music. 1 in 20 said they'll jump on grocery carts and glide around just to prove they can still do it. So this is people over the age of 70. And again, I remember when I was a kid, I thought 70 was really, really, really old. Now, I know a lot of people who are in their 70s that I'm like, they don't seem old to me at all. Think about the actors and actresses that are in their 70s, some in their 80s even, that are still like super young looking. So, I don't know.
Because they have the means to stay young looking.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know people spend 1/6 of their lifetime trying to enhance their physical appearance? Well, I need to try a little harder. According to research published in the Journal of Evolution and Human Behavior, 93,000 participants, 93 countries, various cultures analyzed by an international research team. It is considered the application of cosmetics, hair grooming, clothing style, body hygiene, exercise, and dietary habits as actions taken to better one's looks. They say all of those things are things that people are doing to look better.
Right.
Women were found to spend an average of 4 hours a day, with men averaging just above 3.5 hours a day primping in some way.
What?
That sounds like a lot of time.
There's no way. Those numbers are not accurate for either.
I don't think so either. Hair grooming, clothing style, body hygiene,
4 hours.
Exercise, I can see that.
If you're including your workout.
And dietary habits, if they're, going out of their way to eat special food. So yeah, I could see where if you add all of that.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I'm still not doing well. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Pete Davidson's in the news. His girlfriend, I don't know if she's still his girlfriend, but she was at the time of this story.
He tends to bounce around.
Keep up. Chase Sue Wonders. The two of them crashed their car into a Beverly Hills home last Saturday.
Yikes.
Yeah, they were driving at a high rate of speed around 11 p.m. They hit a fire hydrant and skidded across the lawn and slammed into the corner of a house. So neither were injured. Police are investigating.
That guy.
I know. Bruce Willis. Am I saying it right?
Bruce Willis.
I'll say it this way. The wife of Bruce Willis, I can't even say that. His wife, you know who I'm talking about, has made an emotional plea to paparazzi to stop yelling and otherwise trying to distract her husband to get his attention. I guess photographers and video people are being really rude trying to get his attention. He's been diagnosed with dementia, and people are going out of their way to be even ruder than normal, apparently. And J-Lo and Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, have not made up their minds. They pulled the offer on the home that we talked about them buying for $34.5 million. And I don't know what they're planning to do. They haven't told me. It doesn't affect my life.
They don't call us anymore.
Yes.
They don't keep us updated.
They don't write. Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A study claims that those who are divorced are 25% more likely to die early than those who are married. So What if they're divorced and remarried, asking for a friend? Oh, that friend is me. So apparently being married helps you live longer. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like
you've
that.
got somebody to lean on for both people. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm married to Heidi, and she's married to me. See how that works? So that means both of us are going to live longer, Heidi.
We're going to live forever.
Probably
We're
not forever.
never going to die.
I hope to make it through the end of the program at least. All right. Janie's life-changing baked goods is known for... I cannot talk today. Janie's life-changing baked goods is known for pie crust cookies and giving employees a second chance. This is kind of a cool story here. Owner Janie Deegan discovered a love of baking when she was 25, and she was at the time recovering from addiction. She found baking to be a beautiful, meditative, very controlled artistic outlet. When she decided to open a bakery in Manhattan, she decided to give others an opportunity to start over as well. She's opened her door and a new hiring policy, meaning if somebody is ready and willing and able and enthusiastic about coming to work, she's not going to look at your past situation or gaps in your resume, even if you're homeless or if you've been in prison. She said the person who shows up for the interview is the person she's going to hire, not the person from the past. I think that's cool. That's how it should be.
That's how it should be.
But that has been her recipe for success. She now has 2 bakeries and 15 employees, and many of them are people who couldn't find work elsewhere.
Right.
So I think that's really kind of a neat thing. And again, I know that doesn't work for every company, because there's some companies where they're going, I'm sorry, I understand that that's your past and this is the future, but I can't.
And you still have to be selective. I mean, you still have to be careful, because there are people out there
and if you have a shady past and you've changed your ways, be honest about that.
Exactly.
You know, because I've seen that too, where all of a sudden this thing pops up and they're like, well, why didn't you tell us that? Because now that means you're still lying. So don't try to pretend it didn't happen. Instead, be honest and be proud of the fact that, hey, I used to be a mess.
I've changed my life around. Yep.
And I fixed myself. And this is what's going on. And I think you'll be surprised how much better that approach will be. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Our guest today, Emily Swallow, been in several movies and TV shows, and one of her latest projects, The Mandalorian, Season 3 is out now. And Emily, how did you get involved in The Mandalorian?
It was very confusing at first because, as with many things, Disney, it was very, very secretive. And so back in 2018, I got an audition, just as I get many other auditions, to go in and read some scenes for something that my agent said may or may not have something to do with Star Wars. And the scenes had no script attached, and all that I was told was that this character was the leader of a group of people in hiding, and that she was very Zen-like.
Nice.
And that she would be wearing a mask. And so I guess, they wanted to make sure that actors who would be auditioning were okay with not showing their faces because, and you may or may not have heard that sometimes actors like to look pretty and show off their faces. I personally was fine with that. I thought that was a really interesting thing to have as a challenge to get to express myself without having access to my face and, things that normally one uses to communicate.
Absolutely.
But it was a really low-key, boring audition, I have to say. There was no one from the show in the room. The show was not even announced as The Mandalorian, so I had no pressure, really. I didn't know what I was getting into, and I'm so glad for that because I think I would have been pretty nervous, and I got to just approach it as I would any other audition. I did my work. The one somewhat unusual thing that I was asked to do was to do the scenes with a British dialect because they were seeing a lot of British actors at that time. And so that's why what you hear now is a somewhat, British-ish dialect that sets her apart from everybody else because we decided to keep that since it does make her sound just a little different and it seems right for the character. And the ball just kept rolling and they asked me to do it and I still wasn't quite sure what it was, but it sounded pretty cool. And here we are. It's just, I never could have anticipated that it would be what it is.
Well, and the thing that's fun, with you being in a mask that entire time, does that mean less time in hair and makeup, or does that not really matter?
Oh, there's no time in hair and makeup. It's fabulous.
You get to show up.
Yeah. It's, normally I spend about 2 hours in the hair and makeup chair, and it means with those early morning calls, when Katie Sackhoff, for instance, has to get there at 4 a.m., I don't have to get there till about 5:30 or 6 a.m. Great.
That's very nice. Now, you've had a chance to be a part of some really great projects. My wife and I are big fans of The Mentalist. My daughter's a huge fan of Supernatural. All of these projects that you do that just kind of seem to become major hits. What is it like being a part of that? And now Mandalorian is another one. What is that like to be a part of something that, quote unquote, everybody's watching?
It is such a huge blessing. I have to tell you, I audition for a ton of things that I just don't get. And so to have the roles that I do get be these shows that are just so beloved is such fun. And to be a part of The Mentalist that has this international following, and then something like Supernatural that has a fandom that's so passionate and loves the show so much and is so appreciative. I get to travel all over the world and I get to meet the fans. And one of the things that I love is just how invested they are. And I love getting to hear back from the fans how the show's impacted their lives. And I get to learn about the show from them. I get to learn how different things have resonated. I get to hear, what different fan theories and what different things maybe symbolize for them. And then to go from that to Star Wars, which has this fandom that just spans generations. It goes from the youngest to the oldest, and to see how it's endured across generations is just absolutely incredible. And I pinch myself.
Again, The Mandalorian Season 3 just came out March 1st. Our guest today on this Movie Star Monday, Emily Swallow. Emily, thank you so much for taking the time to visit today.
My pleasure. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you as well. I will throw a link to make it easy to find all the information about The Mandalorian in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Thanks for listening on this Movie Star Monday.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Humans have the same number of hair follicles as chimpanzees. Wow.
Okay.
But think about it. Like right now, I'm looking at my arm.
you look at your arm.
I
You're
got
covered
arm
in
hair.
it.
I
It's
got,
just,
some
I
of us
suppose.
have just as much hair as chimpanzees as well. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Women have more taste buds than men. Huh. That's kind of
I've always said I have better taste than
Well,
you.
of course you do. You ended up with me. Wait a
That's
minute.
not foolproof.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A study shows that the brains of people who exercise moderately look 10 years younger than the brains of people who don't exercise.
I suppose.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Keeps you active.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Studies have shown physiologically losses are twice as powerful as gains. So winning $100 feels as good to us as losing $50 feels bad.
Oh,
So,
yeah, of course.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Ancient Romans left graffiti on Egyptian pyramids saying things like, I didn't like anything but the sarcophagus. Or, I can't read these hieroglyphics. I think it's kind of funny. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi.
Y'all.
Recent stats show that over 10% of us keep track of this every day. What is it? I used to do this really good, and I kind of...
Gas mileage.
No. How much water we drink. I was doing really good for
We
a while.
were doing
And I have-
really
Look at this
good.
giant jug. How much have I drank out of it, though?
Yeah, hardly any.
I like took a sip. So, yeah, I got to drink more water. We all probably should be doing that. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man in Spain has been ordered to pay his ex-wife $215,000 for 25 years of unpaid domestic labor.
What?
Yeah, the record divorce settlement was calculated by a judge based on the annual minimum wage throughout the couple's marriage. The man must also pay his ex-wife a monthly pension of $527, as well as $422 and $633 to his 20-year-old and his 14-year-old daughters. The woman said she and the daughters were, quote, left with nothing when the couple, who were married in 1995, were divorced in 2020. And this guy in Spain, he's pretty well-to-do, so it's not like he's just, struggling to get by. But when they got divorced, she and her daughters were left with nothing, and the judge was like, yeah, that's not how it works, so you're going to get something, so...
But paying for that's insane.
Well,
for labor while you were married, I've never heard of that before. I could see, you owe alimony, you owe this, you owe this, but
this is probably less expensive for him than her getting half of what is his, because in that country it's different.
Yeah, I suppose.
So anyway,
I don't know. That's bizarre.
It is a record divorce settlement in Spain. I've got the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. From Reddit, they asked, what's the most underutilized ingredient by home cooks? They asked pro chefs, and here are some of the best responses. Pasta water. It said, my Italian grandmother uses the salty, starchy pasta water to amp up her sauces. It's a game changer. I never thought to do that.
Oh, no, yeah.
Lemon juice. It enhances the flavor of almost anything you're cooking. Vinegar is too dominant, but lemon juice adds just the right taste.
Okay.
MSG says, disregard those who say it's bad for you or whatever. It's not. They've been disproven for years. Fresh herbs. The difference between fresh basil and curry leaves or that dried stuff that you're putting is night and day.
Yeah, I bet.
Instant mashed potatoes. You say, I use that to thicken my soups instead of using cream or roux, and it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Peanut butter. Said a little bit of creamy PB can thicken up sauces, and it does like a roux typically would, but it adds this complex, interesting flavor. And they say just be careful not to overdo it. Fish sauce, its secondary source of salt that brings another dimension to flavor. I've got the rest of the list. If you want to read all of this, you can see all of it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Fran Lebowitz said, "You're only as good as your last haircut."
How was your last haircut, John?
I can relate to this. Matter of fact, look, I need to get a haircut. I'm afraid to get a haircut right now. No, we took a little couple day vacation, and while we were gone, I was like, I need to get a haircut. And I went into a strange place and I got a haircut. And that was a terrible idea.
Oh, it was awful.
And I come out of there and Heidi's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, I need
awful.
to stop somewhere now and buy a hat. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. And take a listen to this. A 911 dispatcher walks family members through CPR, and it saved a toddler's life. Can you even imagine?
Wow.
2-year-old girl was found face down in a family's pool Sunday.
Oh, my gosh.
And the girl is recovering now. They pulled the girl out of the pool, and they started CPR with the guidance of a 911 supervisor. And then a rescue crew showed up at the scene. Unbelievable. This happened in Florida. Deputies there responded to a 911 call at 4:48 p.m. Sunday. A 2-year-old had fallen into a pool. A family member jumped into the pool, pulled the toddler out, immediately called for help, telling the dispatcher nobody knew anything about CPR. They don't know how to do it. Well, that that instructor began giving instructions over the phone. Said, put the baby flat on her back on a hard surface. I want you to take one hand and place it in the center of her chest. Press to a depth of 1 inch. And they're doing 30 compressions. Keep doing this. And as they did all of this stuff, they had help on the way. So they were doing this while somebody was coming there. But you can actually see video from this incident, like a body cam footage, I think maybe is what this is. And you can hear audio from the 911 call. They shared all of this. Saved somebody's life.
That is terrifying.
And the crazy thing is, this was probably just like a regular Sunday for them. Because they're like, oh, yeah, I know. We do that all the time. That. I don't know if you know this, but that's what we do.
That's why we're here.
We are first responders, and that's what I do every day. It amazes me because I don't know if you guys know this, but we like sit in this room and just read stuff. And I don't think I saved any lives today.
I've saved lives, but not today.
Yeah, you have saved lives. I've seen you save a couple of people's lives. They were choking, and Heidi saved them. So, but I'm just saying, they do this on a daily basis.
I don't know that I would have the...
ability? Courage?
The courage to handle phone calls like that on a daily basis.
It would be tough, but
I would be a nervous wreck all the time.
I'm just so glad they're
Every time the phone rang, I'd be like, I don't want to answer the phone.
I'm going to go on break. Somebody else take that. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.